Welcome back.
Welcome back to Mind Your Heart. I'm Emily.
And I'm Trina.
And we are doing another Am I the Asshole segment because we like it.
And we got some good feedback.
Yeah. And you liked it.
Yeah.
So
we thought
why
it would be
not?
fun to continue.
Yeah.
And also you missed the best one.
I know.
Because I had some technical difficulties. So
It's okay. Over time, we'll definitely continue to get some good ones.
Yeah.
I think this one that I have right now, the title is really just like
okay.
throwing me off.
I'm excited. Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Because I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so am I the asshole for inviting my roommate's ex to our house? I'm
Yes.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, what's the story? Why
Yeah.
are you inviting the
Okay,
ex?
so far I say yes, you are, because you're inconsiderate to your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also.
But maybe she's not friends with the roommate.
That's true.
They could just be roommates.
They were roommates.
So all right. So I say yes initially.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Okay. She's been a friend of mine since way before they dated. I actually introduced them.
Okay, so is this a female?
I think so.
The ex is a female too, though.
She's been a friend of mine since before they dated. I introduced.
All right, keep going.
But sadly, it didn't work. They had a very clean breakup, and there was no foul for anyone. Love just faded out. And this happened almost 2 years ago. They've seen each other several times, and since then, they were good, like old friends. She hasn't been in our house for that long because of that, and I respected it. Yeah, I think are they all women, or is it like...
It sounds like they're all women.
I think so too.
It definitely sounds like the ex is a woman, and then there's a woman, so it could be a male, but that's the roommate.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that they had a decent ending. It's been 2
Yeah.
years. They saw each other and were fine.
Yeah. Okay, so she hasn't been in our house for that long because of that, and I respected it. But since both have moved on, I felt like she could come over and hang out. Like, nothing sexual or anything like that. But when I invited her and another friend, all hell broke loose. Like, goddamn, I've never been screamed at so badly. They were telling me that how could I ask her that I knew that she broke up with her and she was still in love, etc., etc. And they are right about that, but he has a new girlfriend.
Okay, so it's a male roommate.
Yeah. He has a new girlfriend, and she now has a boyfriend. Okay, so I don't know what this person identifies as, but I think it's the girl was the one that broke up with the guy. So what
Okay.
I'm assuming is that there's two guys.
Okay.
This guy's name we'll just call him Charlie.
Okay.
So Charlie and his friend Sarah
Okay.
he had known Sarah
For a while.
for a long time, and he introduced Sarah to Jimmy.
Okay.
And now Jimmy is pissed as all hell that
Charlie has invited Sarah over.
yeah, even though
But
they were fine.
And what's the sexual thing? Does that mean between Charlie and Sarah?
Yeah,
Okay.
like Charlie was like, I'm inviting Sarah over with a couple of other
as
friends.
a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your hesitancy? Is it because it's a male and a female?
Yeah, because
But I'm like,
yeah,
they can be friends,
they
and
can be-
clearly
yeah.
they did not want to date if he introduced Sarah to Jimmy and was like, cool, they're dating.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean he didn't want to date her.
Well, but from what we know,
does he have to invite her to the house?
Yeah.
Like, I actually think if he wants to hang out with her, whatever, go to a coffee shop, go to a movie, go whatever. But do you have to bring them to the house in your personal space? Your ex.
I guess there should have been more communication is what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, to me, I'm like, if this person, like, to me, it sounds like Charlie, this hypothetical Charlie, doesn't know that Jimmy like would be this upset because they
Yeah,
had seen each other
yeah, and
and
they
they were
seemed fine.
fine
Yeah.
and like it was what
So
from
you're
he
right. There was
saw.
no communication between Jimmy and Charlie.
Yeah, so I'm like, Charlie, you probably should have been like, hey, I'm inviting Sarah over.
Yeah.
Is
What
that
do you
cool?
think? Yeah.
Yeah. And then if he was like, I'd rather you not, then be like, okay, cool, then we'll go.
Yeah. I won't even tell
Wherever.
Sarah. I haven't even asked Sarah yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just being like, hey, she's coming over. Like, figure it out. So let's see. I've never been screamed at so badly. They were telling me that how could I ask her that?
Who's they?
I don't know. I wonder if maybe that's their pronoun.
Okay.
If
Okay.
this person
But
is a
but
he,
Jimmy is dating. Jimmy is dating a new
another
girl.
woman. Yeah.
And
Sarah
is dating another
man.
boy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
okay, so they. Okay, so maybe it is their pronoun. Okay.
Because sometimes it can be like he, they. So maybe like he mostly goes by they. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is very unclear with pronouns in this Am I the Asshole segment or section.
Yeah.
Normally people are pretty clear. They were telling me how I could ask her that I knew that he broke up with her and she was still in love. So Jimmy broke up with Sarah and Sarah was still in love with Jimmy. Okay, so then why does Jimmy care?
Yeah.
And they're right about that, but he has a new girlfriend and she has a boyfriend. I thought no harm would be done if she came over. Okay, but you know what they say about assuming, so maybe don't do that. I don't remember exactly how I invited them, but it was something like, hey guys, I've been thinking and you haven't been over to my house in a while. Knowing that you both moved on, it would be cool if you could come over and hang out. I even made sure my roommate wouldn't be there that day. Am I the asshole for inviting her? Was it the way that I asked? Should I have waited longer?
Yes.
I feel like there's just the thing that I'm getting is that there's just a complete lack of communication.
I agree, and also I don't even think this is being like when she or he said when Charlie said there's no sexual thing. Why did you need to include that?
Yeah.
Unless you actually thought maybe there was. So that's the weird part. That's
and
the part
like,
that's throwing me off a little.
You made sure he wasn't going to be there? Like,
yeah,
did you ask him that? Or did you just, like, wait for a moment for him to not be present and then just go, like, oh, now's my chance? Like,
yeah, I'm confused by the... So I think I say partially that you are kind of the asshole. Because I just don't think it's necessary for you to invite her to your house. I don't think you can, like, you don't have to not be friends with her.
Yeah. That's what, so this person says, you should have just asked your friend if he was comfortable with her being in the house.
Yeah.
Your reasons seem reasonable to assume that he will be okay with it, but a text takes 10 seconds to write. I think other roommates' reactions were over the top and childish. Like the screaming and...
okay, that was other people too.
Okay.
So they was the rest of the house.
Cool. Yeah, it wasn't just one person. Okay. I was really getting confused about who was who.
Yeah.
So there was like also Taylor and Sam.
I'm not sure why the other roommates. Well, I guess they were defending Jimmy.
Yeah, but it's none of their business.
Yeah.
Like,
and if it upsets everyone so much, it's just not necessary to have her there.
Then also, why are you asking? Then it's too big of a deal. Just let it go and go to a coffee shop.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
Me
and
too.
Like, you don't need to go through all this.
I agree. All right, so
you're kind of the asshole, but also the situation was a mess. Move on.
For sure.
That's our advice.
All right, so now I'm going to find one. I'm just going to oh geez. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my husband I shouldn't have to ask for help with our son?
This is hard for me.
Okay.
Because I understand the feeling of wanting for somebody to anticipate your needs. I get that. And I do, and this is something that Jake and I have talked about in counseling, that it is important when you're in a partnership to sometimes be able to anticipate that because you're on the same page with somebody. But in order for them to be able to get to that point, you have to be able to communicate initially of what that looks like. So that way in the future, they can learn from the needs that you've already communicated. So I'm like, I understand where, like, maybe she's probably feeling overwhelmed and, like, can you just freaking help me with something? But it's like, if you're not communicating that, then, like, it's no help. So I feel it on both ends.
Yeah. Okay. So am I the asshole for telling my husband I shouldn't have to ask for?
But also I'm like, he's the dad, so she
Yeah.
shouldn't have to ask for help.
That's
but
how I feel.
I'm also like, you're a team.
Yeah.
So you both should be communicating clearly with each other.
Yeah.
Of what that looks like. Because he might think he's helping in other ways that you just aren't sure about because you're not communicating about it. So I feel like this is a lack of communication on both of their ends.
Okay. So
So I don't think she's an asshole, but I also don't think he's an asshole.
Okay.
But I don't know yet.
Okay, so that's the initial thought, and I don't think she's an asshole.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I don't think he's an asshole. At least I don't think yet.
Yeah.
So, all right. So my husband has always wanted me to ask him to do things around the house. He's not the best at picking up clues and reading the room, but I figured once we had our baby, he'd tried to work on it. Well.
Okay, well, that's what you get for assuming.
Yep.
Here we go again. More assumptions.
Yeah. And somebody isn't going to get better.
No.
When
just because
something gets harder.
Yeah.
So the situation has gotten harder, so then you think they're going to step up and
then you put more expectations on him. Like, that's a little unreasonable.
Yeah. He still wants me to ask, and he never offers to do anything with our son.
All right. I don't love that for
No,
her.
no. It makes me feel like I'm the only parent. I'm the one who puts the baby down at night every single day. I would be very frustrated by that.
Yeah.
During the week, Dad works, but he's off on the weekends and won't do it. I don't care if he's off or on the weekend.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that that's your full-time, everyday job.
Having a baby is a joint decision.
Yeah.
Or should be.
I'm the one who gets up with the baby whenever he wakes at night because my husband is a heavy sleeper. Oh, man, I remember being so mad at your dad for that. I just wanted to suffocate him. I was like, oh, my gosh, wake up. Oh, it was terrible. Because my husband, baby sleeps in our room right now, I find it hard to believe someone can sleep through a crying baby. If I do want to sleep a few extra hours in the morning, he gets super cranky and has an attitude.
Ooh, I'm like, he is the asshole.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
I'm the one who plays with our son and holds him. Dad rarely ever holds him. He always finds something else like the stroller, playmat, swing to hold the baby instead. Whenever I do...
There's definitely a deeper issue going on here
for
the
sure.
dad. But...
Sometimes, though, dads, men, have a hard time. Is this a son? Is this a baby boy? She hasn't said, has she?
I don't think so.
I feel like it's not... I feel like he's a boy. With our son. Yeah. So sometimes men with their infant sons, have a hard time with that stage. They don't know what to do with them. They seem a little more natural if it's a girl because girls are supposed to be more helpless and whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to adjust their masculinity
like nature,
to a son for some reason. And or at least I saw that myself.
Okay.
It was like your dad was very like so great when you were a baby. Like so like I didn't have to ask him either. So I understand that. Like and if he didn't let me sleep, I would have gone insane.
Yeah.
So I can understand why that would be so hurtful.
For sure.
Like I had to get up every time because I was trying to breastfeed.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like this guy is literally doing nothing.
He's doing nothing. So that is the worst case scenario. But then when we had Jackson, he barely held him. He barely held him. He barely did. I mean, he changed his diapers and stuff like that, but he barely held him. He was really making sure that you were feeling like happy and included and loved and whatever. But I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But he got much better as Jackson got older.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that there might be something to do with the son-dad dynamic in the beginning.
Yeah.
And even sometimes just with babies in general. Some men are not as good with the
the
baby,
infant
with the
stage.
infant, where they can't hold their head, they can't do any of those things
Yeah.
yet. So not that that's an excuse.
No.
Like, he has to learn to be better,
Yeah.
because that is his child and he needs to help as well.
Yeah.
So she says, whenever I do voice my concerns about feeling alone in this, he says I do it to myself because I never ask him to get up in the mornings or help with the baby during the day. Now that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have to ask him every single day. They should have a
No.
communication of,
Correct.
I'm going to sleep in these days and you're going to get up. When I ask him to play with the baby, he doesn't look happy at all. I keep telling him I shouldn't have to ask for help or ask him to interact with his son. He should just do it, but he doesn't seem to understand. Am I just overthinking it, or should I ask him to help with the baby?
No, you don't need to ask him constantly to help. What you need to ask him to do is go to counseling.
Yeah.
You guys need to go to counseling together.
Yeah, they definitely need to go to counseling. They need to figure out exactly why the dad is reluctant and feels like he needs to be constantly reminded of things that should.
And also, you're a grown ass.
That is
man.
also his responsibility.
You don't have to be told to do everything
Yeah.
all the time. You have to. At the beginning, didn't she say like
That
I have to
seems
tell
kind
him
of
to do like dishes?
Yeah,
and stuff?
that seems like an excuse.
Yeah.
Or that he, or, and just his philosophy in general, that he believes that women should do everything and men shouldn't. That's kind of what it sounds like, unfortunately. And, or maybe that was the way it was done at his house. And so he didn't ever have to lift a finger. But I'm sorry, that's not the way it is here.
Yeah.
So
At least that's not what her expectation is. So,
yeah.
like, yeah. I am.
Okay,
don't love this
so
person.
someone says, not the asshole, he's acting as though the baby is your primary responsibility and that any help he gives is his choice when asked. That's true. This is, in fact, a shared responsibility, and he should be taking initiative rather than expecting you to carry the full mental load of parenting.
Agree.
Having said that, it sounds like this might go beyond him not
Yeah.
wanting to do his share, since it sounds like he's not enjoying the baby or wanting to engage in bonding activities.
Yeah.
It might be worth considering if he's experiencing some depression or other issue that could be interfering. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. And sometimes that actually does happen to men. I was reading a book about, and the main character had this experience when the child was born, had some depression and like almost like postpartum, where they didn't want to bond with the baby. So I think it actually it's not as common, but it
Yeah.
can happen to men. So that could be a possibility as well.
Yeah. But this also sounds like a prior problem.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this
Like,
person?
it sounds like an ongoing behavior of his.
Okay, so she responded and said he has been depressed in the past and he's
Okay.
gone to therapy. He says he's no longer depressed, but that thought has crossed my mind. So
So he's in denial.
yeah, for sure. All right.
Yeah, well, she's definitely not the asshole.
No, I don't think she's the asshole either. And I definitely think they need to go to counseling.
Yeah, I think they need to go together too. Like, he probably needs to go by himself, but they also probably need to go together.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this person says, am I the asshole for not changing our reservation to accommodate my sister's new boyfriend?
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
why can't you just change the reservation?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a new boyfriend, so it's a new person coming along.
Yeah.
Is this like a family only event?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You might be.
Yeah, I kind of am like, you sound like a little
Like,
clicky.
yeah. And, well, it's kind of mean. Like, you're
Yeah.
just gonna. I mean, who knows? Maybe she goes through boyfriends constantly, and you're like,
Again.
oh gosh, I got to or I got to get on Open Table and change the reservation.
It's literally like one button though.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like,
I was being sarcastic.
yeah, I know. Okay.
All the trouble of doing that.
Yeah, or even like changing a reservation in any sense is easy. Like, you just call the restaurant and ask them to add one more seat. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. We had a group date night for me, my wife's best friend.
So this is the husband.
I guess so. We had a group date night for me, my wife's best friend, her husband, and my sister and her new boyfriend, Tyler. So group date night with Brad, wife's best friend.
Susan.
Where's the wife?
I think he is including her.
Okay, my wife's best friend.
So like two other couples.
Okay. And my sister and her new boyfriend. Okay. So Okay. It was a sushi place that my wife and her friend picked.
All right.
My wife had to put her credit card down for the reservation because it was a Saturday night.
Okay.
And it was a larger party. On the way to the restaurant, my sister said in the group chat, "Let's meet here," another restaurant, instead ignoring our reservations. My wife told my sister she can't because of the cancellation fee.
Yeah, which is like $50.
Yeah. I think it's sometimes like it's per person too.
Or a percentage of the party or something.
Yeah. My sister tried to say, "Tyler doesn't eat fish, so let's go here and we can all chip in on the cancellation fee." No, that would be a you need to pay for the cancellation fee.
Yeah.
My wife's best friend said, "No, it's rude. The reservation is in less than 30 minutes, so we're going to the sushi restaurant for dinner like planned."
And you don't have to just eat fish.
I know.
There's
I'm like,
steak at sushi places.
yeah. Or vegetarian and vegan things too. Like pretty much everywhere it's got that now.
Yeah.
Tyler and my sister show up late and Tyler announced it is because they had to stop somewhere for him to eat before they showed up. He announces this.
Oh
So
my
Tyler walks in
gosh.
and goes, "We're late because I had to eat prior." Like,
Now I'm just here for the drinks.
yeah. Okay, don't come at all.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler
Okay.
was rude to us and the wait staff when they didn't have any of the beers he wanted on tap.
I was right.
He sounds like a winner.
Yeah, he sounds great.
Although he already ate, he tried some ginger barbecue wings and hated them and complained to everyone about them. Good grief.
This guy.
We didn't, of course his name is Tyler too.
Yeah.
Like classic Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. we didn't interact
What's wrong?
much.
What's wrong with Tyler? I think of Tyler Cameron when I think of Tyler.
Oh yeah,
And
I like
he's so
Tyler
cute.
Cameron, but like
Classic Tyler.
Tyler just sounds like just such a frat boy name.
Yeah.
We didn't interact much with Tyler after that. Both my wife, her friend, and her husband are all Latino, so they speak in a Spanglish mixture.
Okay.
It's not hard to follow. I'm white, and so is my sister and Tyler. Uh-oh. Here comes...
Oh no.
I know that Tyler's going to get racist. Just watch. Tyler gets grumpy when someone says "mas" at the table and asks them to speak in English, as if "mas" was something that is complicated to understand. The whole dinner was a shit because of Tyler's attitude. Then, oh my god! Then Tyler breaks up with my sister later that week, saying she was spoiled and blaming her family of being rude to him.
Oh, for gosh sake.
I told my sister it seemed
Good
like
riddance,
no
Tyler.
loss
Yeah.
because Tyler was a dick. My sister said my wife and I were the dickheads because we had to get sushi after she tried to get us to someplace else. I told my sister that we were not canceling reservations for one person 20 minutes before we had to check in.
That's unrealistic.
I told my sister Tyler was rude, childish, and a dickhead, and I'm glad he broke up with her so I never have to see his fucking face again.
Oh my gosh. He's taking it too far.
Yeah. I mean, like, I get it. Tyler is a jerk, but like, whoa.
Tyler is definitely a jerk and completely that's ridiculous. But they are having like a sibling fight.
Over Tyler? I don't think Tyler is worth it.
Tyler is definitely not worth it. They need to move on.
And he's a new boyfriend and he breaks up with her a week later. What have they been dating? Maybe a month?
I know.
Like, are you really that upset?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he goes on to say, my mom texted me later saying I need to apologize because my sister had been crying all day over the situation
geez.
and breakup.
Oh, jeez.
I told my mom that if she had met the dude, she would feel the same way. But my mom thinks I am the asshole for saying shitty things about Tyler to my sister in case they get back together.
Oh, gosh.
I'm hoping for everyone that Tyler stays far away from this family.
I agree. Tyler is not worthy.
No.
Yeah. So he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't think this guy, I don't think he's an asshole. I don't think he's an
Tyler?
No, the guy that wrote this.
Oh, okay.
Tyler.
I was like,
Yeah, Tyler.
I think Tyler is an asshole.
I agree. Tyler is an asshole. I don't think the guy writing it is an asshole.
No, I don't think so
I think
either.
he should not have gone, like, let his sister push his buttons and go further.
Yeah.
And then
But
say,
she was
yeah.
being completely unreasonable.
Yeah. She's
So
being
I'm
unreasonable.
like, I hear you. Oh, yeah, not the asshole. This guy sounds like a giant baby, and your sister should have been appalled by his rudeness to her friends and family.
Yeah.
Not to mention waitstaff, rather than
Yeah.
trying to blame you.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
And then somebody said, I would have told him if he's so miserable, just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said, I can't eat fish, but love sushi. Around where I live, there are quite a few places to do sushi with just veggies or egg,
Yeah.
chicken, and beef.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm like, there are options here, Tyler. I don't know what's going on. You did the right thing. Good riddance, Tyler.
Yeah.
I would have told Tyler just not to come.
Tyler, you suck. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
gosh.
time to raise objections on a restaurant is when it's being discussed.
Yeah.
Not after he had agreed to eat at one restaurant. This was a good thing for your sister in the long run. What other agreement would he have gone back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can't simply make a dinner reservation, he is no man for commitment.
Classic Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I think we should do one more.
Okay.
That was fun.
I have one pulled up if you want me to
Okay.
just do this
Yeah, I
one.
don't want to do it.
Okay. And this one's shorter.
Okay.
Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for asking for compassion during pregnancy sickness?
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Who's getting mad? Is it Tyler?
It's probably Tyler.
Yeah. Tyler found a new person and he is fucking it all up. Okay. Am I the asshole? I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I've been suffering through some of the worst days of my life. Luckily, I haven't been throwing up much today. But today I did. When I finally made my way back to the couch, my husband didn't even acknowledge my existence. Classic Tyler.
Yeah.
He talked to our cat, who was sitting in between us. Never asked how I was feeling or if he could get me anything. When I told him to have some compassion for how I was feeling, he accused me of vomiting for attention and said he was annoyed I asked him for compassion.
Oh.
Am I the asshole for being mad at him? No.
No.
You should divorce him immediately.
Yeah. I don't know about divorcing him immediately, but he's that's not a good sign.
No.
Like, you're not, come on, vomiting for attention. And nobody likes that feeling. It's such a bad feeling.
Yeah. This person says, OP, which is the original person, get into therapy with husband now.
Yeah.
Or start figuring out how to live on your own. This
Yeah.
is no marriage you want to bring a child into. It lacks compassion and respect. That's kind of an abrasive way to say that, but like,
Yeah.
true.
I mean, hopefully just an isolated incident where he's just acting like an idiot, but a moron, but
Yeah. A Tyler.
a Tyler, but hopefully he's, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, this is like a red flag, a big red flag.
Yeah.
Especially accusing her of vomiting for attention.
Yeah. People are not happy with this guy.
Yeah.
This is the wrong guy to reproduce with.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That was easy.
yeah, that was easy. That was a lot shorter.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So if you want to hear more,
We'll probably do more regardless of if you want it or not. No.
yeah.
Does that make us the asshole?
Typical
I don't know.
Emily. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you like this, then you should subscribe on YouTube, where you can actually watch the podcast. If you're more of a listener, then listen and give us a review. 5 stars is just easy click of a button. And if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below of what you want to hear more of. If this is something you want to hear more of, let us know. If something else is what you want to hear more of, tell us that too.
Tell us that too. We're getting ready to have a whole guest series though.
Yes.
That starts like next week, right?
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
And so we will have a series of guests. We have how many? Like 4?
We have 5.
We have 5 lined up. So that'll be exciting with some really exciting topics coming.
Yeah.
And
just like some really special people.
For sure. So, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Mind your heart on Monday.
Mind your heart on Monday. Bye.
Bye.